Sup guys, it's your boy Justin. So we're back with another comic book haul video today, even though all of these are graphic novels. My local comic book store finally got his new location set up. Thank God, because it's like, dude, I've been there like because he refuses to update the website and he doesn't answer the phone. So it's like I would go there, and it would be they would be still setting up, and it's like, god damn. So after the third time's the charm. I'm like, I'll wait a week or two. Actually, I waited it was like 2 weekends in a row, and he finally got set up. But yeah, I just think it's funny that we're doing another graphic novel haul today, and I still haven't done it. It's been like over a week since I've done Usually I do a few comic book reviews between graphic novel hauls. I haven't done any, and the reason why is because this book. Who knew a court drama would be boring? Because that's basically what this book is—a court drama. And it's like, god damn it! I finished the first issue, which is I finished the first issue, which is almost half the book, and it's like, man, this trial is still going on. It's not even a real trial. It's like they were summoned by Congress, right? So it's like, god damn. By the way, last time when I did my candy haul, I didn't try the senzu beans. So let's open senzu bean candies. Let's open one up and see what it tastes like before we show off what we got. So here's the senzu bean. It's like a candy. It's like a hard candy. Am I supposed to suck on it, or I think you're supposed to suck on it. And it tastes really gross. This is supposed to be fruit flavored. It tastes really gross. Yeah, not good. Not good. So, picked up the final issue of Ragman, which is issue 5, called Episode 5, Big Liger. Yeah, this is Behemoth Comics and Matt Frank and Goncalo Lopez. So after our next two reviews are going to be this one, this Namor book, and then we'll review issue 4 and 5 of Ragman. Okay, now we'll go into the graphic novels. Infinite Crisis. Oh, there's a hair on there. Infinite Crisis by Jeff Johns and Phil Jimenez, George Perez, Jerry Ordway, and Ivan Reyes and Andy Lanning. So, I thought Jim Lee did the art for this. I guess not. I paid like $22 for this. And yeah, this was one of my favorite crossovers when I was a kid reading this. Well, I was a teenager when I read it, and I think this came out in 2004. It's like the spiritual sequel to Crisis on Infinite Earths, right? And yeah, I really enjoyed this book back in the day. So I thought I would pick it up, This was originally not going to be any superhero comics, but this was going to be like non-superhero, non-superhero graphic novel haul. But then I was there to pick up Ragman, and I'm like, oh, Ragman's technically a superhero, so I might as well. But besides from this last one, they're not superhero comics, so finally picked this up, the Judas Contract, the New Teen Titans by Marv Wolf and George Perez. I think besides from Crisis on Infinite Earths, this is like the second most famous thing Marv Wolfman and George Perez have done together, right? Which is a famous arc from the Marv Wolfman George Perez new, Teen Titans run, which I was originally going to hold off on getting this until I read those new Teen Titan omnibuses, but they're never in stores, so it's like, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just pick this up, right? Which looks good. I paid $26 for this, but you know it's probably gonna be good. Though, like, as somebody who watched the cartoon, man, Raven's hairline is so bad in the original comics. Yeah. Oh, I dropped my JSA book. Okay, next. The rest of these are not superhero comics, even though one of them says it is. And this is the Man of Bronze, Doc Savage. This is like DC's like run on the character from the 80s, I think. Because it has like Steve Englehart, which he was like more of an 80s and 90s comic book writer, if I'm not mistaken. He was one of the founders of, was it Valiant or Malibu? He worked on for one of those guys companies, and he did a lot of stuff for Marvel, and I guess he did some DC. So this is like a pulp hero icon from the 20s and 30s. Comic Book Geezers did a great video on this guy. So if you want to learn more about this guy, I recommend checking out their video on it. But yeah, I thought I would just pick this up because they said it was great. And this was like $21. Alright. So yeah, this world's first superhero. As far as I know, he doesn't have superpowers. The man of bronze, he has a tan from like adventuring. He's like an Indiana Jones kind of character. Right? But yeah, like there's a movie from like the 70s or 80s which you can find everywhere. Like you can find it on YouTube, BitChute. Like nobody gives a crap. It's just up there. Nobody cares. And I heard it wasn't good, but you know, check it out, I guess. But like, check out Comic Book Geezer's video. Comic Book Geezers is a channel that's great for people who are trying to get into like 70s and 80s comics, but I'm like, I'm not sure what titles to read. They're very good. Yeah, they're really good when it comes to like Silver Age and like early Bronze Age stuff. Next is a book I wanted to review for Halloween month this year, but he couldn't, despite the fact that it was on sale for his website, he couldn't find it, and I guess he finally did. And that's Two Moons, Volume 1 by Iron Noose. This is, I think this is an Image. Yeah, it's Image Comics, and I paid $22 for it. This collects issues 1 through 5. So I first heard of this comic book series from Comic Crack, his YouTube channel, and I don't watch his videos enough, but the guy, you know, really, he has a really interesting channel, and he's very good to go if you're looking for like indie stuff, obscure stuff, right? But he does review like, you know, modern books, but he's more like, his videos are more on the indie scenes, and he introduced me to that Strike Force Mordiari book that I reviewed, right? So yeah, like he's very good. He has a very good channel. Okay, next is fantasy stuff. I got this graphic novel, Grimwood's Daughter. Right, which I paid $15 for this, I think. Yeah, $15. Published by IDW. This is like a dark fantasy comic book about the last days of the elves before they got by man. Before we wiped these pointy-eared bastards off the face of the earth. Oh my god, man. Yeah. So yeah, it's like about the last days of the elves, right? Which is, I don't know if that's based off like mythology or some shit, but that's what this book's about. Let me check the art. It's in black and white. It's in black and white. So I don't know when this first got published, but it looks cool. Yeah. It's by Jan Strand and Kevin Nowlin. So when this first published in 2009, and it's from Fantagraphics Dalgota issues 2 through 6. So is this like a reprint of some old fantasy comic book? Or some old fantasy magazine? I have no idea, but it looks cool. Yeah, like it looks cool. I'm just worried that there's gonna be nudity because it says it's not for kids. But yeah, the art looks cool. Okay, last book I got, and this is a big one. This is The Complete Elf Quest by Wendy Pinney and Richard Pinney. This was like 30-something bucks, but it's huge. This is volume 1 by Dark Horse. It has like 720 pages, including commentary. If you want to read this, you can go on the ElfQuest website, and this is all for free to read, right? But I like to read stuff physical, right? But like the later series, they don't it's not available to like read for free. They sell it, but the early stuff you can read for free on the ElfQuest website. But I like to support the official release. So yeah, I bought this because I've been meaning to read this for like a long ass time, but like I'm more into dark fantasy and heroic fantasy, and like I'm not a huge fan of this art style, right? But I thought I would check it out because there's a YouTuber called Mark with a C, who's like he's more like a pulp culture commentary kind of guy. And he's like this. He said this was one of his favorite fantasy comic book series of all time, right? And like I thought I would check it out, and yeah. So yeah, I paid what I paid. Like it goes for 25 US, 30 4 Canadian. So I don't know. I hear like I'm getting like Ralph Bakshi wizards vibe from the elves here because they kind of look like a mix between anime and how the elves were drawn in the Ralph Bakshi movie, which I'm going to review on Sunday. I'm gonna do a video where I review all the movies I watched this weekend, which so far is Mr. Vampire, the new Aqua Teen Hunger Force film Plantasm, and then Ralph Bakshi's Wizards. Right, so I'll be posting a video where I talk about those. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know when I'm going to read this because this is like 720 pages and I have such a huge backlog. I should stop buying books. But, I get bored, right? But yeah, this looks cool, and I want to read at some point, maybe in December. But yeah, but right now we want to read actual fantasy novels, which our next fantasy novel review is going to be. Dragonlance Chronicles, Dragons of Winter Night. This is the second book in the Dragonlance Chronicles. Which, if you're not a book reader, but if you want to read the Dragonlance story, there is a graphic novel version of the first 3 books, right? So yeah, if you want to read Dragonlance, but you don't again, you don't like to read books, even though these are like short. They're like 400 pages each. But yeah, there's the Dragonlance graphic novels, and there's a Dragonlance animated film, of the first film. Sorry, a Dragonlance. Sorry, there's a Dragonlance animated film based off the first book that has Lucy Lawless and Kiefer Sutherland. They both do voices in that. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Peace. I'll put this here. Maybe this will be the thumbnail. I doubt it.